Hey everybody, Cass Chandler here, and I was just reading Periihelion, the Blades of Janus, book 3, and I'm going to do a reading for you tonight. I don't really know how to set this up, so I'm just going to go for it. So here we go. Oh, the one thing you need to know is that Damien has hit his head and is bleeding. You need someone to look at that, Megan said. It's fine, Damien said. It isn't. Megan reached toward Damien's forehead. He grabbed her wrist and held it, cocking his head to the side as he looked away from her. With his free hand, he drew a knife. Damien, stop! Vaughn yelled. Brock suddenly filled the monitor. For a moment, Vaughn almost regretted being able to see what Damien saw. Her skin crawled as both blue and gold lights flickered from Brock's eyes, bright enough to cast a greenish tinge to the feed. Let her go, Brock said. Damien tilted his head further to the side, ignoring the implicit threat in Brock's tone. From the camera feed in Damien's glasses, Vaughn could see that he was staring into the forest that covered the side of the mountain and encroached on the road. What the hell was he looking at? All she could see were gray-black silhouettes of trees. It's okay, Megan said. The lights from Brock's eyes flared. It is not okay. If that knife had silver in it, I'd have gutted him already. Silver or not, if he doesn't let Meg go, I'm going to tear off his head. Tessa joined the group. Blue light pulsed over her body. Fur started to sprout from her skin. If she changed, she'd be less in control. The situation was enough of a mess as it was. Vaughn opened the communication line between all of them and said, Marcus, do not let Tessa change. Damien, let go of Megan. Shh, Damien hissed. Vaughn felt her eyebrows rise. Did you just shush me? Listen, Damien said. Tessa started growling. Shut up and listen, Damien shouted, glancing briefly at the shifting werewolf. Vaughn had never heard Damien shout outside of combat. That and the fact that he'd already turned back to the woods when there was a werewolf in mid-transformation right next to him. A deep, sick feeling started in her stomach. She didn't know which monitor to focus on. The camera mounted on the back of the van, the front of Marcus's hoverbike, the satellite feed of the area. Her gaze darted between them all. There hadn't been any red blips in minutes. Whatever had knocked the van over was probably gone. Her sensors would pick up any threats. They were how she kept the Blades safe while she was stuck at ops. It was the only way she could keep them safe, aside from her gadgets. She had to be able to rely on her tech. Everyone on the monitors paused. Even Tessa seemed to calm, the blue lights fading as she managed to get herself back under control. I don't hear anything, Megan whispered. Vaughn didn't either. No night owls, no insects, even though it was the middle of summer. Nothing. Damien straightened a bit and backed away from the forest. He pulled on Megan's arm, shifting her behind him. Megan, get in the van, he said. Tessa let out another growl. You don't give orders. Vaughn said she can't fight, Damien said. Megan stammered a bit. What? I've started training. Marcus was staring at the trees, his head cocked to the side as if he was listening intently. Maybe you should do what he says, Meg. Nothing stupid enough to take on an entire pack of werewolves. Tessa nodded toward Damien. Except maybe this guy. Megan, get in the van. Damien's voice was low and remarkably calm. He let go of her wrist and gently nudged her toward the van. Now. Okay. Megan hesitantly stepped away and leapt up into the van, one hand braced against the side of the opening Tessa had made by ripping off the door. Vaughn felt dizzy. She realized she was holding her breath. Her mind was spinning as it went through scenario after scenario, trying to make sense of the data and figure out what would happen next. Damn it, if she couldn't figure this out... Red blips appeared on her satellite feed at various places near the van. They didn't give off heat signatures, just that weird sensory echo. Shit, Vaughn yelled. Multiple incoming... She didn't know what they were. She wasn't even sure what she was seeing. The dots on her monitor were appearing and disappearing so quickly she could barely track them. There never seemed to be more than one on the screen at a time. Could it be another glitch? Or was it a single dweller that could teleport? Something using interphasic energy to shift in and out of corporeal existence? But if so, how would it have knocked over the van? Nothing they'd encountered before could do what this dweller was doing. Her stomach started to hurt. She had no idea what they were dealing with. All she could hear was her own labored breath. The others had gone completely still, waiting. Please, please let them come home safe. Something burst out of the forest, a shadow darker than the inky blackness around it. You gotta read this book, guys. I'm not even joking. You've got to read this book. It's one of those moments when I wrote it and I can't even believe that I wrote it. When I reread it, I'm just like, oh my God. That's at the very beginning. So there's a lot of adventures to go through. So, keep the lights on, or better yet, turn them off if you dare. But, I guess you need a reading light. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you pick up a copy and leave a review and let me know what you think. See ya!